You're on Fox News. I don't care. Let me guess. It's another smear operation. Like on the main channel or where? Because I don't see it on the actual live channel. Wait, really? What are they doing? Oh, let's go. Okay, I do care about that. That's funny.
One more point from AOC saying, there's all this money coming in. This is not about criticism of Israel or the Israeli government.
I think I'm going to go to jail, by the way. That's like, okay. This might actually cause me to go to jail, low key, but high key.
It is a fallacy to pretend, we can't criticize the government of Israel. That is not the issue
congratulations to all my haters, bro. You did it. All the liberals.
Constantly.
At least the nickname fits. Piker.
What does that mean? How many times is like Asmongold and shit talked about cancel culture and how people are trying to cancel him and how they're free speech defenders? Will they come to my defense? Will they actually come to my defense? Who knows? Is there a way to go back? Wait, we'll try to see if we can find the full rewind 8 minutes right after the ad break for your segment. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you.
Diving headfirst into the manosphere to woo male voters ahead of 2028. But they'll have to compete with the digital bro world's new rising star, far-left activist Hassan Piker. The New York Times calls the viral streamer, quote, made for the manosphere, in their glowing profile detailing his good looks, fashion choices, and influence over Gen Z. The only thing they forgot to mention, watch.
October was a retaliation for an ongoing apartheid. Doesn't matter what happened on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic. Any kind of tendency should be treated in the same way as being a oh, hell yeah. Okay, respect. Thing where they show actual full-blown quotes. YouTube Hasanabi, what the rabid neo-Nazi? You shouldn't even let someone be the local dog catcher as if they've ever exhibited positive feelings about the state of Israel.
And there's more where that came from, but the internet doesn't care. TikTokers can't get enough of him.
He's intelligent, he's tall. I think Hassan Piker is the picture perfect man.
He is just so fine. And the fact that he's politically smart as well.
Very smart. He has very interesting, very creative ideas. He achieved a lot. He is not the kind of guy to tell you that he loves you. He's the kind of guy to show you with his actions.
Okay. He's got lawmakers wrapped around his finger, too. AOC and Bernie Sanders sat down on his YouTube show last month to talk
lawmakers
about
wrapped around his fingers.
Mahmoud Khalil.
I wish I could get them to take action. I wish I had them wrapped around my fingies, you know? You run Congress now. Oh my God, bro. They're doing the thing. They're literally saying shit that you wish was the reality, where they're like, oh, he doesn't just control the media, he controls Congress now. It is pretty crazy to have Fox News coming out and behaving in this like insane manner. The erosion of civil liberties is happening all around. I'm, of course, talking about Mahmoud Khalil.
It goes without saying that there is still profound money and interest that remains dedicated on both sides of the aisle in trying to marginalize and also conflate criticism of Israel as anti-Semitism. Right. And we have to be very aware of that.
Lauren, that was March 20th, okay?
Yeah.
2 sitting members of Congress went on a podcast, and AOC right now is being talked about as the future of the...
Yeah, I mean, most people in the media understand what that quote is, by the way. Like, they do. I've had people who I wouldn't even expect to be charitable to me reach out about that as well.
The Democratic Party.
Yeah, I know. And that female in the TikTok video said, he's the type of guy not to tell you that he loves you, but to show you that he loves you. And we just quoted him as saying, doesn't matter.
Yeah, don't listen to before or after. Guys, do you think this will cause Ethan's community to self-reflect? I don't think so. I'm joking. It's not.
Happened on October 7th. And AOC, you're right, and Bernie Sanders sitting down with him. A Democrat from New York, Congressman Richie Torres, actually wrote a letter to the companies that host his podcast. And he said he's anti-American and an apologist for 9/11.
Dude, you're a YouTuber podcaster now? I mean, I do have a YouTube. I do have a podcast. You've covered more news in the clip they showed than they are. Oh my God, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
Coming from a New York Democrat, sitting member of Congress. So as this is now, if he's being hailed as the hero, for Democrats, just look into the things that are coming out of his own mouth and what other people in his party are saying about him.
You know, Conch, it's just so striking how people will just become so enamored with someone no matter what they say, no matter what they do.
Yeah, like Luigi Mangione, right? Who's raised more than $500,000 as a GoFundMe page. A guy who shot a father of two in the back about 5 blocks north of here in New York City. When I hear about this guy as a very popular podcaster, I don't doubt it, but he is appealing to a very far left part of the Democratic Party. A guy like Joe Rogan brings in people from all sorts of ideological stripes.
Yeah, if I didn't actually bring in people from all different sorts of ideological stripes and actually actively change their minds and not become a funnel like Joe Rogan is for the he's a funnel for the Republican Party. I am not a funnel for the Democrats, no matter how much the far left radicals, the actual radicals in my community keep saying I am. You literally went on Theo Vaughn. What the fuck are they talking about? I know. That's what it is. 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 It's like, hey, you're radicalizing people. And I'm radicalizing them away from what this shit is. Ironically enough, I am de-radicalizing people from being right-wing. And hopefully I am de-radicalizing people from being right-wing in the liberal fashion as well.
Was a Democrat for a very long time, once supported Bernie Sanders, and now he's bringing in all sorts of different people, 12 million people a day on his podcast. Look, this guy has said, to Lauren's point, he advocates for violence. He cheers on.
It's not. All right. If we're just making stuff up, hey, respect. Now that's defamation. Oh, whatever. No, you guys are fucking crazy. No, dude. No, I am a fucking public figure. You guys are delusional. Okay? Unless they say something so insane with actual malicious, provable malicious intent, which the editorial team of Fox News is not going to make that mistake, okay? Even if I had him dead to rights with defamation, like I might have Ethan with his own acknowledgement, why the fuck is every one of my Amerifats in the audience literally constantly talking about litigation, bro? Oh my God, we do need tort reform in this country. Holy shit, I'm becoming a reactionary conservative. Unironically, what is this? Why are we the most litigious nation on the planet, dude? Every American goes, oh, my burger? Oh, my burger. This guy said something mean about you. Time to sue. Calm down, man. Holy shit. This actually is something that I'm realizing. I feel like I'm not as litigious as the average American is, I think.
It writes a glowing puff piece on this guy. I mean, an AOC. Bernie Sanders sits down with this person after that. That's unbelievable. And AOC, that's not surprising because she's...
Yeah, wow. That's unbelievable. How dare you sit down with someone who might disagree with you on the issue of Israel to a certain degree, but still understands the importance of building solidarity amongst the working class as one of the only games in town in terms of being able to translate working class messaging and agitated propaganda to a broad audience of Americans who are completely deluded to class politics. How could that happen? Wow.
And then this attempt to try to become the next Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is Joe Rogan because he's Joe Rogan. He's himself. He's authentic. And I think that's what's missing here when you look at all these Democrats who are trying to figure out how to be the next Joe Rogan, because you can't do that.
Yeah, and what Joe Concha just said is true. Joe Rogan is not some fire-breathing right-winger. He might seem that way in comparison to Hassan Piker. He's drifted maybe rightward because of the insanity of the left. Now, I thought the premise of this whole thing is that Hassan Piker is perfect for the manosphere and go get those male voters back. But all the clips we played of people...
80% of the Democrats' base of support already has an unfavorable view of Israel. Then I'm closer to the fucking Democratic Party's base than any number of these different people are. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really make sense. So how do you look at the actual polling? I'm closer to the fucking Republicans, especially under the age of 35, with my fucking perspective on Israel than these guys are. I'm closer to Joe Rogan on my opinions on Israel than these guys are. These guys are still holding on to the old hat method of just being like, nope, unconditional support to Israel, please. How dare you? How dare you say anything else?
Swooning were, I noticed, women, right? Who seemed enamored of him for, I can't imagine why. They love how smart he is. I'm sure that's the number one reason.
Weekend Show
Manly. I know.
Did reach out to Hassan Piker for a comment,
Piker.
and he has not yet responded.
Wait, what? No, they didn't. Hey, yo, what the hell? I don't know why they said that. No, the real reason why this is happening is because it worked out. It worked out perfectly as far as all of the subsequent anti-Hassan media hits that are going to come out. There's still more to come for sure. Like, I know there's still, you gotta wait. New York Post already wrote one. They might write a second one. There's going to be more coming out. Daily Wire, Daily Mail. I'm surprised they haven't written one yet.